Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So today what we are doing, we are back again with the Preston career mode. So first of all, thank you so much for all the support you guys showed on the first episode. You showed that you really liked it, and what we are starting today's episode out with is just going through the shortlist of the players that you guys recommended. Obviously Reach there, who has actually signed for Preston in real life now from Middlesbrough on a loan, and so we are just inquiring about some players at the moment, getting a rough idea on what their price will be. But the two I'm very interested in pursuing right now are Bradley Dack from Gillingham, the attacking midfielder. Now, he is an attacking midfielder, but I've got plans to play him a bit deeper as a more central midfielder. So what I decided to do for this deal, I decided to offer a bit of money plus Andy Little. I was a bit hesitant how much to send, 300, 400. I decided to go for 400 plus Andy Little in the end. And I also decided to put in a bid for Reader Johnson. Definitely interested in him. He will be a massive player. So going into our first game of the episode, guys, if you do need reminding, basically, if we win this match, we will qualify for the semi-final of the pre-season tournament. So this was a big opportunity for us to win some more money, and Brownhill straight away gets a good chance there, but unfortunately we don't manage to take the lead there. It was a good save from their keeper, and we just can't manage to force our way through, which is a bit unlucky, but early on we kept pursuing with our chances here. Another chance here with Beckford. Beckford manages to find a good ball in here, and he has the shot. Falls to Hugel, but Hugel can't manage to follow it up with anything there, and a bit of a disappointing move that didn't actually lead to anything, as we were just piling on the pressure early on, and you know, it would have been nice to see us rewarded with a goal. Obviously I am playing sort of like my third team at the moment, so realistically this team probably will be a little bit weaker, but Josh Brownhill here just before half time having another good chance there, just having a crack at the ball from outside the box, and pretty unlucky there that it didn't manage to go in just over the crossbar there. Goalkeeper didn't seem to have it covered too well there, but going into the second half now, they came out a lot stronger, and as has been the case for most times this season, but Kirkland here is on hand to save a good free kick and then the follow-up as well. Kirkland has definitely impressed me so far, and I've started to ask questions, you know, maybe I should bring Kirkland into the first team, because in terms of his pre-season so far, he has just been absolutely fantastic in this game, making a great save there. But then we do manage to find our mojo back. We managed to keep pursuing with our chances in the second half, and in the second half it's none other than Jordan Hugel. A bit of a gemmy goal there, I'm not going to lie. The goalkeeper definitely should have done better. I'm not really sure what he was doing there, to be honest. It sort of went through his gloves as Hugel took the shot on here, but it was a good turn of pace from Hugel. He saw there, he manages to just drop his shoulder, go around the defender there, and the goalkeeper really should be doing better than that. I'd probably expect a championship quality goalkeeper to save that chance, but nevertheless we would take it. But at the moment, holding on to leads has been my problem, and we almost were punished here with a bit of a speculative effort from just outside the box there, and you know, Kirkland looked to be scrambling, and I was pretty relieved to see that go wide in the end. But at the end, we did actually managed to hold on to this victory. It was a massive 3 points for us, as we needed to win this game to stand the chance of going through. Obviously, if you watched the previous episode, which I definitely recommend if you've not already seen it, we did draw both of our first matches 1-1. So here is what that means for the group table, guys. We did manage to progress. That is absolutely massive, which means that even if we don't actually go on to win the tournament, we will still get a good amount of transfer funds coming in just for making it this far into the competition, which is definitely a good thing, as you know, transfer funds with the sort of players I'm after, they will be looking for pretty hefty prices. So we just go back and forth here with a couple of emails, and Reader Johnson here, I didn't actually notice this at the time, but look at the wages he's currently on. He's currently on 20 grand at Coventry. Absolutely mental. So going into my pre-season training now, I decided to train the same players as last time, but I do actually add Heaton as well. So yeah, so I'm always looking to train these young players up, and hopefully that they will start progressing and going up in stats, and maybe even I can bring them into the first team. I also decided to train Hudson up as well. So then I get an email back about Bradley Dack saying that they aren't interested in Andy Little, so I decided to just go all out and just offer them money, and hopefully that will be enough. So going into the semi-final now of this pre-season tournament, I decided to go for a strong team with my favoured 5 at the back formation at the moment. I'm a bit undecided as to what I'll go into the first game of the season, but I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty similar to this, if I'm honest, but we get off to the game, and honestly, it does not start well for us at all. Paul Huntington here goes down with an injury, and it just wasn't good news for us. This meant that we had to completely reshuffle the team, and especially as we do already have Bailey Wright out with an injury, this was literally the last thing we needed. As you can see there, he went over on his shoulder. And all that this means really is we need to get this Reader Johnson deal through. I decided to bring on Vermeil in his place and sort of switch up the formation a little bit. But so going into this game, it was definitely the hardest game I'd come up against so far. As you can see there, Pickford being forced into making a good save there. And yeah, so like I said, it was definitely the hardest game I've had to play so far this season. So in the first half, it was pretty uninspiring. So going into the second half, I decided to make some changes, bring on the likes of Stevie May, people like that, and replace one or two players, and hopefully that would mean that we go into the second half with a bit more energy and life about us. But they do still keep piling on the pressure. But here Pickford makes a good save there, and he's managed to keep a clean sheet so far. This will be his first clean sheet for us if he does manage to hold it on for us. And that was actually how this match did end. It did end 0-0 here. So my first goalless draw, which meant that this would go down to penalties. I was pretty nervous for this, if I'm honest, because this is my first penalty shootout. They stepped up with the first penalty, and Pickford went the right way, but they still managed to bury it. Joe Garner now stepping up for his penalty. He's not actually managed to get a goal in pre-season, so this would be good. But he doesn't manage to find the back of the net. Their keeper makes a good save, and that means that they do have a 1-0 advantage going into the second penalty now. Their next player steps up and sends Pickford the wrong way. A bit disappointing there, and it was a bit reminiscent, this penalty shootout, of the one we've recently had at Bournemouth. But Daniel Johnson steps up and he calmly puts his effort past the goalkeeper, sending him the wrong way. And then their next player steps up. Pickford still looking for his first save in this penalty shootout. Their player stutters and actually misses. He puts his shot onto the crossbar, which gave us a massive chance here with Paul Gallagher. Gallagher stepping up. Would he score? No, it was such a tame penalty, and I was so disappointed with this, which meant they still had the advantage going in to the next round of penalties. Their player steps up, another stutter, and he sends Pickford onto the floor, calmly down the middle, and this was Stevie May here. He had to score to keep us in this, and to give us any hope of going through to the final. Stevie May, what a save from the goalkeeper it was in the end. Top corner, he put it, and I thought for this one I'd just place it into the top corner. We'll get another round of penalties, but that's just not what happened. Their keeper made an absolutely fabulous save, and in the end it just meant that we wouldn't progress. So we did actually manage to get a good amount of money from that, but obviously it would have been nice to win it going into the season with a lot of momentum there really. But as you can see there, Bradley Dack, once again we get an offer rejected, so we just keep going back and forth, as Bradley Dack is definitely one of my #1 priorities, getting him in this season. He would be absolutely massive. A fantastic signing, Bradley Dack. I'm a big fan of him in real life as well. He started his League One campaign with Gillingham, very good in real life, so I think he'd be an excellent addition to our squad in FIFA. As you can see, we do get the Reader Johnson deal accepted as well. He just wants an absolutely ludicrous amount of money. He wants 30 grand a week. As you can see here, we do finally get the Bradley Dack deal done, which is only good news. We can only look up from here, and Bradley Dack will come straight into the first team, most likely in place of someone like John Welsh perhaps, and then maybe I'll get him and Daniel Johnson to sit in the two central midfield roles, which I honestly think that in the Championship those two players could do damage playing there. But as you can see there, I did before offer Johnson 25 grand, but he wasn't accepting that. He wanted the full 30 grand. So in the end, I just thought, you know what, I'll just offer it him. And another thing I wanted to show was I actually did decide in the end to transfer list Andy Little. I thought he's not going to be used this season, so you know what, I'm just going to add him to the transfer list. Then we do decide to put an offer in for this Chelsea right mid. So the reason I decided to put in an offer for him is at the moment we just need some sort of impact players. Obviously he's not going to be a first team player, but we do need some impact players coming off the bench with a lot of pace, which is just what this guy had. So I thought I'd bring him in on loan, and that offer did end up being accepted. So here is the current squad you're seeing. Will be our first team squad, as you saw there. Dack and Johnson fitting in to the team nicely there. And the good thing about Johnson is players, he is a left-footed centre-back, so that will be very good for us. So obviously continuing with the player trending here, our young players continue to develop, which is ever, it's good to see here. Nick Anderson going up by a rating, and also Heaton going up by a rating there, so it's very encouraging to see, and I hope that the others will grow that much. So that'll wrap it up for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, and as you can see here, in next episode, we will be starting our championship campaign. So tomorrow we will be playing against MK Dons and Bolton, and also Mansfield in the Cup. So the next episode of Career Mode will be out on Tuesday, most likely. Tomorrow I've got a brand new Ultimate Team series starting, so make sure you watch that. But yeah, so other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Here comes the music.
Boom, 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 boom. I'll shoot you right down. Boom, 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 boom.